You know, when you're trying to get work done at home and you just feel like you gotta go somewhere to get that work done. That was me. That was me 15 minutes ago. And now I'm at an outdoor cafe near where I live. I'm literally on a boat on the water, drinking an iced coffee and recording this. There are so many people to my left and in front of me. And I don't care because I'm going to record a great episode for you today. Today we are talking about how long it takes to go viral on TikTok and Instagram and how long before you know if you have a hit on TikTok and Instagram. Yesterday, I talked about how long it takes to rank on Google, and I gave 7 examples, 7 different keywords that I was targeting, how long it took me to rank either 1 or number 2 for those keywords. While I was recording that episode, I found out that my growth hacking newsletter is ranking number 1 for growth hacking newsletter, and I did not expect to do it as soon as I did, given the very low effort that I put in to doing it. And I was happy. And I think it took 6 months after making the optimizations to rank number 1 for growth hacking newsletter, though I was ranking number 2 for it pretty much right away after making those optimizations. Sometimes you'll rank within the first 5 positions on Google for your keyword just after publishing the post or the page, but it can take many more months than to rank number 1 for it, because what happens is Google is constantly testing your page against other pages. And for keywords where there are less volume, so for example, bottom of funnel keywords, there's less volume, but there's very high conversion rates, which are great keywords to target. Sometimes it takes a while before Google really knows, okay, this is a better page than the previous page that we were ranking for this keyword, but this one is better. And now we know we have enough clicks to confirm this. We have enough data to confirm this, and then you'll be number 1. But that's SEO. Today, we're talking about TikTok and Instagram. How long does it take before you know if you have a hit on TikTok and Instagram? A lot of people want to know this. I myself wanted to figure this out when I was starting on TikTok and Instagram November 1st, 2022. Brings a lot of people anxiety. Is this going to do well? If they put it up, is this going to do well? So I think I have some decent experience in this. I posted 650 days in a row now on TikTok and Instagram, over 1,200 videos. Somehow I've done over 1,200 videos, 650 days in a row. I've had viral videos more times than I can count now. Here's some things that are interesting. Your benchmarks change over time for whether or not you know if a post is going to do well. I found at first when I was starting on TikTok, if my post got 1,000 views in the first hour on TikTok, when I was starting, that meant that I had a hit. However, now my posts will do that quite often, and they're not necessarily going to be a hit. Now I'm more at, if my post gets 1,500 to 2,000 views in the first hour, there's a good chance that post is going to be a hit, maybe even 1,500 to 3,000 views. TikTok is generally so much faster than Instagram. And I'm talking specifically about Instagram Reels. I've only had viral Instagram Reels, not viral photos, because I don't normally post photos. I normally post Instagram Reels. Things will change completely if a topic is trending. If a topic is trending, it's very common that you will get views very fast. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to hit that long tail of virality. You might get a lot of views really fast, max out the interest in that topic, and then stop. I made the most viewed Silicon Valley Bank collapse video in the world. I made the most viewed video in the world on the Silicon Valley Bank collapse. I made that video at night. I went to sleep. I didn't check it after making it. I made it really fast. I just read a viral post about it on Twitter, and I literally read that on TikTok. And I woke up the next morning and the video had 500,000 views overnight. And then it went on over the next 2 days to get 4 million views. Over the next 48 hours, got 4 million views. But that is not common for Instagram. That is actually quite common for TikTok. You make a video, it's great. You make it at night, you go to sleep, you wake up, it has several 100,000 views. That means it will end up getting millions of views, and you can tell right away. Instagram is very different. Instagram, you might see you make a video before bed, you wake up, it has 30,000 views, and then the next day it'll finish the next day at 200,000 views. And then over the course of the next 2 weeks, it'll get 2 million views or maybe 6 million views. And I've seen that all the time. So if you make a video in 8 hours that has 30,000 views on Instagram, and let's say 30 hours later, it has several 100,000 views, it's a good signal it's going to go on to get millions of views. If the topic is really trending, you might get near 1 million views in the first day. And this is if you don't have a huge account, if you don't have an account with millions and millions of followers. If you have an account with maybe tens of thousands of followers, this is what you could expect to see. Similar for a new account as well. Your average videos will be way worse, will perform way worse than somebody who has tens of thousands of followers on Instagram. Instagram is really at several weeks to a month with virality. You could get tons of views on a video every day for a full month with Instagram Reels. Whereas with TikTok, you might max out the virality in that first week. I see that all the time. I would say, generally speaking, if you want to know, did this thing go viral on Instagram within the first 24 hours? A good signal is, how long did it take you to get 30,000 views on an IG Reel? Was it the first day and you got 30,000 views? Or was it the first 6 to 8 hours and you got 30,000 views? Like I said, typically if I get 30,000 views on Instagram within the first 6 to 8 hours, there's a good chance I'm going to get over 1 million views on that video. Now, the cool thing is that you can actually rank. I talked about, I put up these pages and then they rank number one for my keywords and it takes a few months to rank number one for the keywords. This is so crazy to actually say because I literally just made an episode about this was yesterday, about how I ranked number one for all these keywords. I gave all these examples, but it took several months to rank number one for those keywords. I was ranking, like I said, within the first top positions, sometimes right away, but then it takes several months to rank number one for those keywords. But right now, because Google is just turbocharging user-generated content so much, if you put your keyword at the beginning of your description for your video, and if it's on YouTube Shorts and you put the keyword at the beginning of the title on YouTube Shorts and in the first sentence of YouTube Shorts, you could rank number one for your keyword literally within 6 to 8 hours right there using your video to rank number one for the keyword. It's so crazy right now. Now, the thing is that ranking will fluctuate heavily. Google might give you that top spot, and it might give you that top spot for the first couple of days, and then it'll test, did this video satisfy people as much as the top page that they were ranking? If the answer is no, then you will either be deranked or you will lose rankings. You will either be deranked completely or you will lose rankings. So just an easy example is I made a video on Ryan Reynolds' marketing strategy. And I put Ryan Reynolds' marketing strategy. I saw him speak live at the Forbes Iconoclast Summit, made a video about that. I put Ryan Reynolds' marketing strategy at the beginning of the description for the video on Instagram Reels. I went to sleep, I put it up, I went to sleep. The next day I wake up, I Google Ryan Reynolds' marketing strategy, and my video, my Instagram Reel is ranking number one with a featured snippet pulling text from the description of my Instagram Reel. And it is showing up number one for Ryan Reynolds' marketing strategy. That stayed the case for, I think, 2 days. And then the video ultimately went down to number 5. Now it's, I think, ranking position 5. And that's because Google found it was testing what happens when people click on my video versus what happens when people click into the previous top page for that keyword, which was a page from Morning Brew. Morning Brew made a long post about Ryan Reynolds' marketing strategy. Google found that people who went into Morning Brew's post about Ryan Reynolds' marketing strategy were less likely to return to Google and keep searching, which says to Google, this page really satisfies search intent, and that's the experience that we want to give to our users, because then people keep using Google, and Google can continue to sell ad spots. So Google really wants to match search intent and wants to satisfy searchers, and that's what happened there. But still, it is a shortcut right now to rank using videos on Google, to take your keyword and put it at the beginning of your description. When you put out a video, put a long description. Oftentimes, I just copy the transcript of the video and I use that as my description after the first sentence, which contains my keyword. And with YouTube Shorts, I take the keyword, I put that in the title of the video, and then I use the same description that I might use on Instagram Reels or on TikTok as a description for the YouTube Shorts. So it's really crazy how fast you can rank using videos on Google. But okay, so that's how long it takes to know if you're going to have a hit on TikTok and Instagram. The general rule of thumb, in summary, is on Instagram, you might know within the first 8 hours. If it takes you 8 hours and you have a solid tens of thousands of views, and maybe your account has under 100,000 followers, and in the first 8 hours, you have, let's say, 30,000 views, there's a good chance. If after 8 hours, you're pretty much performing as normal, then your video probably will not go viral. As for TikTok, you will know within the first 1 to 3 hours. You will know within the first 1 to 3 hours on TikTok. And there's your answer. This is episode 404 of my daily digital marketing podcast. I am so glad that I left my home to record this on a boat cafe on a canal. There are swans around me. If you watch my Instagram stories, you'll see I'm always posting these swans that are right near me. I have a great iced coffee. I'm feeling amazing, and I hope you're feeling amazing too. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. I will talk to you again as always. I'll be there again. I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Bye now.